Welcome to Cloud Wizard. In this video, we're doing a complete deep dive into the flash sale system, the architecture that powers Amazon Lightning Deals, Shopify flash sales, and Alibaba Singles Day, where millions of buyers compete for a handful of discounted items in just seconds. We'll cover how to handle 50,000 requests per second without overselling a single unit, crashing a database, or letting bots grab all the inventory before real users even see the page. Whether you're preparing for a senior engineering interview or building e-commerce infrastructure at scale, this one is for you. Let's get into it. Welcome to Cloud Wizard. In this video, we are doing a complete deep dive into the flash sale system, the battle-tested architecture that powers Amazon Lightning Deals, Shopify flash sales, and Alibaba Singles Day, where millions of buyers compete for a handful of discounted items in seconds. If you have ever wondered how these platforms handle 10,000 order requests per second without overselling a single unit, crashing a database, or letting a bot grab all the inventory before real users even see the page, this video is for you. We will walk through the functional requirements, non-functional requirements, high-level system architecture, the end-to-end user journey, core algorithms, low-level design, and the trade-offs that come up in a senior system design interview. Whether you are preparing for a FANG interview or building e-commerce infrastructure at scale, let's get into it. Here is the core problem. A retailer lists 500 pairs of limited edition sneakers at a 60% discount, available for exactly 10 minutes starting at noon. Within the first 3 seconds, 50,000 users click buy now simultaneously. The naive implementation hits a relational database directly, executes a select and update on the inventory row, and immediately deadlocks or produces race conditions that allow overselling. The retailer ships 400 pairs they do not have. Alternatively, the database falls over entirely from the right spike, the sale never completes, and the support queue explodes. On top of that, bots equipped with automated scripts consume the entire stock before human buyers can react, destroying customer trust. A production-grade flash sale system must solve overselling through atomic inventory reservation, bot prevention through rate limiting and fair queuing, and traffic absorption through cache pre-warming and queue-based ordering, all without taking down the rest of the platform. Let's walk through the functional requirements. First, the system must support creating a flash sale event with a defined start time, end time, item count, and discounted price, set up hours in advance. Second, it must serve a real-time countdown and live inventory count to millions of browsing users without hammering the database on every read. Third, when the sale opens, it must accept purchase requests, enforce per user and per item rate limits, and in-queue valid requests in arrival order. Fourth, it must atomically decrement inventory, exactly 1 reservation per unit, and reject any request that arrives after stock reaches 0, guaranteeing no overselling. Fifth, it must process payment asynchronously for reserved orders and handle payment failure by releasing the inventory reservation back to the pool. Sixth, it must notify users of their purchase outcome, success or failure, in near real time. These 6 capabilities define a complete and fair flash sale experience. Now the non-functional requirements. Throughput is the top constraint. The system must handle 50,000 or more requests per second at peak burst without degrading. Latency must be low. An add to cart or buy now response should complete within 100 milliseconds at the 99th percentile, so users feel immediate feedback. Consistency is critical for inventory. The system must guarantee that the sold count never exceeds the total stock, even under concurrent writes. Availability must be extremely high since a flash sale outage is a public relations disaster. The target is 99.9% uptime during the event. Fairness requires that no single user, bot, or region can monopolize inventory through parallel requests. The system must also be isolated from the rest of the platform. A flash sale traffic spike must not degrade the main catalog, checkout, or user authentication services. And it must be observable. Every reservation, payment attempt, and inventory change must be logged for audit and reconciliation. Here is the high-level system architecture. On the far left, Browsers and mobile apps connect through a CDN that serves the static sale page and countdown timer from edge cache. Requests hit a load balancer and API gateway that enforces per-user rate limits at the network edge before anything reaches origin servers. A dedicated flash sale service handles sale reads and purchase requests. All inventory state lives in a Redis cluster using atomic operations, DCR and Lua scripts, as the single source of truth for available units. A request queue, implemented with Redis streams or Kafka, serializes purchase attempts in arrival order and feeds them to an order processing service. The order processor writes confirmed reservations to a relational database, triggers an asynchronous payment service, and publishes outcomes to a notification service. A scheduler service pre-warms the Redis inventory counter and CDN cache minutes before the sale opens. An admin service handles sale creation and configuration, isolated from the hot read-write path. The key metrics to memorize cold. Inventory accuracy rate. The fraction of completed transactions where sold count exactly equals reserved count with zero overselling. The target is 100%. Peak throughput. Requests accepted and processed per second at burst. You should design for 50,000 or more. Add to cart and reserve latency at the 99th percentile, targeting under 100 milliseconds. Queue depth and drain rate. How many purchase requests are waiting and how fast the order processor clears them. Payment success rate and payment timeout rate, since timeouts must trigger inventory release. Bot rejection rate. The percentage of incoming requests blocked by rate limiting before they consume queue capacity. And finally, sale completion time. How many seconds after the sale opens until the last unit is reserved. These metrics determine whether the flash sale was a technical success, independent of the business outcome. Let's trace the end-to-end user journey. At 11:55, the scheduler pre-warms Redis with the exact inventory count, say 500, and pushes the sale configuration to the CDN edge. At noon, the countdown hits 0 and 50,000 users hit buy now. The API gateway checks each request against a per-user rate limit bucket stored in Redis. Requests that exceed the limit receive an immediate 429 too many requests response, cutting bot traffic by 80%. Valid requests enter the purchase queue in arrival order. The order processor dequeues each request, executes a Lua script on Redis that atomically checks available count and decrements by 1 if stock remains, and writes a reservation record to the database. If the Lua script returns 0, the processor sends the user an immediate out-of-stock response. For successful reservations, the payment service is invoked asynchronously. If payment fails within 30 seconds, the inventory counter is increment back, and the next queued request gets a chance. The user receives a push notification or email with their final status. The core models and algorithms. The atomic inventory reservation uses a Redis Lua script that reads the current stock counter, checks if it is greater than 0, and decrements it in a single atomic operation. This is the only safe way to prevent overselling under concurrent writes. The token bucket rate limiter is implemented in Redis using a counter and a TTL. Each user gets a fixed number of requests per second, and excess requests are rejected at the gateway before they reach the queue. The fair queue uses Redis streams or Kafka partitioned by sale ID, with consumer groups processing requests strictly in order, first in, first served. Pre-warming is a scheduled job that runs 5 minutes before sale start, loading inventory count into Redis, pushing the product page to CDN edge nodes, and spinning up additional order processor replicas. The inventory release workflow uses a delayed job or a dead letter queue. If payment is not confirmed within the timeout window, a compensating transaction restores the Redis counter. Idempotency keys on every purchase request prevent double processing on retries. Now the low-level design deep dive. The Redis inventory key is structured as /sale. Inventory and holds an integer counter. The Lua script for atomic reservation is local stock equals redis.call, get, keys 1. If stock into number stock, 0 then return redis.call, DECR, keys 1, else return -1 end. A return value of -1 means out of stock, Any non-negative value is the remaining count after the decrement. The reservation record written to the relational database contains sale ID, user ID, item ID, reservation timestamp, status, pending, confirmed, or released, and an idempotency key. The order processor is a horizontally scalable consumer group, reading from the purchase queue. Each worker holds one message at a time and acknowledges only after the Lua script and database, write both succeed. The payment service is called via an asynchronous RPC with a 30-second timeout. A separate reconciliation job runs every 5 minutes comparing the Redis counter with the count of confirmed reservations in the database and alerts on any discrepancy greater than 0. Key takeaways for your interview. First, the single most important design decision is atomic inventory reservation using Redis Lua scripts. Explain why a database select and then update is not safe under concurrent load, and why Redis atomic operations solve it. Second, pre-warming is not optional. Without loading inventory into cache and pushing the sale page to CDN before the clock hits 0, the first wave of traffic will overwhelm origin servers. Third, the purchase queue provides fairness and traffic shaping. It converts a concurrent spike into a serialized stream that the order processor can drain at a controlled rate. Fourth, inventory release on payment failure is a critical compensating transaction. Without it, a high payment failure rate causes phantom sold-out states and lost revenue. Fifth, isolation is essential. Always put flash sale traffic on dedicated infrastructure so that a sales spike cannot cascade into the main platform. If you can walk through these 5 points in an interview, you will demonstrate the depth expected at a senior or staff engineering level. That's a wrap on the flash sale system. If this helped, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one at Cloud Wizard. And that's a wrap on the flash sale system. We covered the full picture, from Redis atomic inventory reservation and Lua scripts through rate limiting, fair queue ordering, pre-warming, payment workflows, and the low-level design of the order processor and reconciliation job. If this video helped you, please hit that subscribe button and the bell icon so you never miss a new system design video. Drop your questions in the comments below. I read every single one. See you in the next one at Cloud Wizard.